Okay. So hey guys, there's something that has been on my mind all day yesterday. And so I prayed about it and I feel like the Lord is really pushing me to talk about it. So I am. I know there might be some people who may feel offended about what I'm going to say, and that's okay. That's fine. But I'm going to speak the truth, not only the truth of what I see, but the truth of what I have experienced. So here we go. Okay, so there's a real problem. There is a real problem in the church. I can't speak for other countries, I can only speak for America, where the church is not addressing obesity and mental health. The church is so spiritually focused, focused on making sure that you're a good Christian, making sure that you get your soul right, your spirit right. Your spirit right, but you have to remember that we are a three-part being. You are a spirit with a soul living in a body. And to neglect your body, to neglect your mental health makes no sense at all. And this is me speaking as somebody who is fighting obesity and somebody who has fought mental health in regards to depression. So these 2 points can definitely be, these two topics can definitely be talked about separately, but most likely as I'm talking, they're going to be combined. So just follow me with this. So just to talk about physical health. As I'm going on my weight loss journey, I've just really been thinking about, a whole bunch of things. This channel is all about wellness, not just in regards to losing weight, but mental wellness, spiritual wellness, in all other areas of our lives. And I was thinking about how the church has really done a disservice to many people in the congregation by not addressing these areas. Let's talk about obesity first. Look in the church. Go to church on a Sunday, Saturday, whenever you're going to church, and look at the congregation and look at how many overweight, obese, morbidly obese people are sitting there. And what does the church do to combat this? What does the church do to provide education to fight this? For many churches, nothing. And I'm not saying there's not churches out there who don't offer programs or some kind of group or something like that, because I know that there are, but they're just too few and far between. I was lying in bed last night, because I couldn't sleep, because this topic was so much on my mind that I was just so thinking about all these talking points. But I was really thinking to myself, okay, take a church. I want every church to do a statistic of every funeral they've had over the past 5 years. And I want them to sincerely tell me how many deaths are related to heart attack, stroke, diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. I would really want them to tell me how many of those deaths are related to that. Like if you were to have, what would it be called? I guess the autopsy results of what killed this person. How many of those deaths are related to health issues? And if you want to add, I know I only named 5, you can throw cancer in there too, because a lot of cancers start from all these chemicals and stuff that's in the food that we've eaten. So that's another thing. All the cancer deaths that were started because of, poor eating habits or lack of movement and not doing enough to take care of your body. We can't be so heavenly focused that we're no earthly good. And that's the problem. I've heard churchgoers say, oh no, God will give you a new body, and they're just killing themselves slowly. And look at the church. Look how the church participates in it. Every time there's an event, look at the food that's being served. Greasy mac and cheese and fried chicken and, collard greens with pork in it and all this other stuff. It's like, And if you're lucky, and a lot of times these foods are the ones that finish fast. And if you come late to try to get yourself a plate of food, guess what? All you're going to find yourself is the lettuce that nobody ate, the salad nobody touched, or the mixed vegetables that nobody touched. Like, where is the education into the healthy eating habits? Bake sales with pies and cakes and, all this stuff, selling candy, It's like there's just not any kind of, education being put towards that. And to venture into the mental health, that's another issue too. People are dying slowly from mental health, issues, depression, and those who have suicidal ideations. And then you got the more serious stuff, bipolar and schizophrenia and all these things. And the church doesn't do anything. Once again, I know there are some churches that will talk about these things, but a lot of churches don't. They ignore it and say, I'll pray for you. And this is just my disclaimer. I'm not saying prayer doesn't work, because I'm an avid person who believes that prayer works. I know prayer works. However, there needs to be a marriage between prayer and education to provide to the people so that they can have results. I've just, I just think from time to time about this one story about this kid who was a churchgoer. His parents were active in the church. They weren't just regular church members. I believe they were either on the board, deacons or deaconesses or something like that. And then their son, was dying slowly from, mental health issues, depression, and all these things, to the point where this boy climbed on the bridge in Brooklyn and jumped off and killed himself. And it's like, when I heard this story, I was like, what? To the point that I remember when I heard the story, I went on his social media pages, which were all public. And if you scroll through the pages, going back months, you can see the signs and the cries for help were there. But I'm just wondering, what did the church, what did his parents, what did the community, the congregation do to help these people? People are dying slowly from mental health, concerns, issues. People are dying slowly from physical health issues, from all these medical issues. And the church does nothing but says, I'll pray for you. I'll pray for you. And like I said, once again, I want to keep saying it over and over again in this video, just in case somebody didn't hear me the first time. Prayer works, yes, but there needs to be a marriage between prayer and education. Now, I can understand to cut slack to, the pastoral board and, the board and the committees in the church. To cut you guys a break, I understand that you might not have the experience or the education to deal with these things. I 100% understand that. However, if you do not know, bring in the professionals. Churches are filled with, and the congregations are filled with members who are social workers, members who are nutritionists, members who are dietitians, members who are therapists. Pull them in and start forming groups and programs to combat these issues, because the people are dying. And I don't understand. It's like the church has on these rose-colored glasses and they cannot see. For people who are supposed to be, so spiritual and have discernment, where's the discernment for these people who are dying slowly? You know what I mean? And we can't be afraid to address it so that we're not hurting people's feelings, As long as it's done in love and with respect, these things need to be addressed. How can we serve? I believe there's going to be such a move of God in 2022. The Lord is moving to raise up his people, and the church needs to get in order in regards to these issues. How you just focusing so much on spiritual, but people are dying. People are dying 5, 10, 15 years before they were supposed to, because of all these health issues, or because mental illness is just beating them down so much that they walk away from the church, or God forbid, they commit suicide and killing themselves. I don't know if I can even say the suicide word here. I might have to even go back and just beep it out. But this is something that just has to change. This is something that has to change, and it has to change now. So what I advise anybody who is watching this video, if you are somebody who is battling with mental health issues or your health, I implore you, I encourage you to seek help. YouTube, I always call it YouTube University, has so many videos on these topics of mental health and nutrition. You know, you can look it up and try to find the services that are right for you. In regards to nutrition, if you can't afford a nutritionist or a dietitian, YouTube search, meal prepping, healthy eating, and get the education that you need for yourself and your family. In regards to mental health, you can do the same thing as well. And I will pin in the comment section a list of counseling services that are available. There are 5 or 6 that I received from, I'm a part of a Facebook group, and the leader of that group shared one time a post of counseling services that are available for those who need it. And it ranges from relationship counseling services to Deliverance Ministries. I mean, all these kind of services that are out there. Because the sad thing is, they're so few and far between. Perfect example. I have a friend who just maybe 3-4 months ago, probably less than that, who was and is going through a rough time, rough time. If you watch my introduction video, my first video that I posted on YouTube, this is the friend that I went to go visit. I was saying I was going to go visit towards the end of that video. So she was going through it really hard. She needed some support, so I was trying to look for, some Christian counseling services for her. Her church didn't have it. My church didn't have it available. So I went to one of the admins of this Facebook group and I asked them for help. And then she gave me 2. One in the Bronx and one who's like out of state, who provide counseling services, deliverance services. Services and all those kind of things. And I said to myself, I said thank you to her, and I forwarded to my friend, I said, hey, if you're interested, here are some services that are available. And I said to myself, Lord, I can't speak for other places, but New York right here, there are like literally, and I kid you not, like 5 churches per block. There are churches everywhere. But if you were to walk into these churches and look for help for mental health services, look for help for nutritional services, they are not there. They're not available. You always have to search and seek out for help. And if the church is not supporting the community, if the church is not doing any good to the congregation, besides just dancing and shouting and running across the church, then what kind of good are you if you're not helping the people who are dying slowly? So once again, I encourage those who are dealing with health issues to seek out nutritionists, to seek out dietitians, and for those who are dealing with mental health issues or concerns, to seek out therapy, to seek out counseling, and marriage it with your faith. Marriage it together with your faith, because there are Christian therapists, there are Christian psychiatrists, there are Christian nutritionists and dietitians. You don't really need a Christian nutrition and dietitian, but they're there, they're available. You can meet with them in person, you can meet with them online virtually. Some of them are covered through your insurance, some of them are you might have to pay, but it's on a sliding scale, or they have a payment plan. Or like I said, you can do YouTube University and do it for free. Do your own research and do it for free. All I gotta say is the help is out there. And so I'm just gonna end this video. I'm heading out to gym, and then from there I'm gonna return back and start my day for work. But I love you guys, and I pray that, if you are, dealing with these concerns, these issues, that you seek the help. If your church is not offering these helps, get the help outside. Okay? Get the help outside. You know? Or if you're somebody watching this video saying, you know what? Yeah, we need to invoke this change in the church. I challenge you to start it. Go to your pastor, go to your board, and say, hey, I would like to run a group where a nutrition group or a wellness group, for mental health, you know. And if it's a good church, they should be open and supportive of it. So guys, I love you. Have a blessed day. Comment below if you agree, if you disagree. It was really on my heart, and I knew I had to share it, so I did. Have a blessed day, guys. I'm out. Bye.